Okay, so talking about other endocrine glands, we have talked about this during the digestive system, and we know that different organs of the GI tract, they release several hormones. Hormones are made in the stomach and small intestine, which regulate the process of digestion. And some of the hormones that we have previously talked about in the last chapter are gastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin. These are some important hormones associated with the GI tract. The gonads produce testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone to regulate production of gametes and secondary sexual characteristics. When we talk about the reproductive system, we will come back to these hormones and we will see how these hormones affect different processes. The female placenta produces, the placenta develops after a female gets pregnant, and the placenta produces a hormone called human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG. The placenta also produces mammotropin to regulate pregnancy. So those are the two important hormones produced from the placenta. In the bottom picture on the right hand side, we see a baby who is connected to the placenta of the mom via the umbilical cord. We already talked about autocrine and paracrine regulators, so hormones can behave as autocrine and paracrine regulators as well. And we have seen this, we have talked about this when we actually started the chapter. So autocrine are regulators that act on the same cell and cell types that produce them, and paracrine are the ones that work or act on the neighboring cells to bring in some change in the cellular physiology. Prostaglandins, they work as both autocrine and paracrine regulators. The most important thing that I want my students to know about prostaglandins is that they are released from almost every cell of the body and they have a wide range of functions. They come from a precursor molecule called arachidonic acid, and so right here, so the prostaglandin, so this is arachidonic acid right here, and the arachidonic acid gives rise to different types of prostaglandins as we see in the bottom panel. Functions of prostaglandin, just read through. You don't have to memorize any of these right now. And also know that if a person is taking anti-inflammatory drug like NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, that actually inhibit prostaglandin synthesis, because NSAIDs actually inhibit the enzyme COX that catalyzes conversion of arachidonic acid to prostaglandins. So we have arachidonic acid, arachidonic acid. From here we get prostaglandin, right? Prostaglandin. And this is catalyzed by the enzyme COX. Now, if you are taking NSAIDs inhibit the enzyme COX. So, if you don't have enough COX, obviously you cannot make more prostaglandin. So know that NSAID inhibits COX, and therefore we have less prostaglandin. And obviously that leads to some side effects, and side effects may include gastric bleeding, kidney problems, and less blood clotting. That's the end.